deliver new. Like, check out the free throw.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the StubHub Center, 20 miles south of downtown L.A. The scene a moment ago, unlike any other in the NFL for a lot of years. The crowd here in Carson might be half the size of a normal NFL stadium, but they are twice as loud as their Chargers get set to face off with the Denver Broncos. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returned. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, Mexico! Kill! 290!
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Brandon Marshall. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Gun. Set,
From the gun, here's Locke. And this one hauled in by Will Tye. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Now the rookie from Alabama, it's Bo Scarborough. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Now a first down throw. Locke. Caught left side. Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
On first down, it's Locke. Hunter Henry brings it in, and he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, a 22.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
On second down, here's Locke. Man open left side, it's Williams. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a third down and 2.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Luck now to throw. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Following the fumble recovery, Keenum. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Here's Keenum now on second down. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And he's brought down after a good gain. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Under. Ready. Flag, 32.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And coming out now, the Broncos. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front. Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. Keenum on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone. You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful. Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with. Now Keenum. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Keenum to throw on second down. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. On first down, Keenum. And that is incomplete. Thomas, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Keenum will try again on second down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Keenum. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They convert on third with a gain of 22. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit the tackle to Brandon Mebane.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. Ah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. On second down, here's Keenum. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Let's go. Down. Let's go, Roger. On 53. Down.
On 3rd and long, it's Keenum. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Smith. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Out of the gun, Smith. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And Denver getting set to take the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, it's Keenum. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Southern California after this. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Keenum. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now Benjamin. Fighting down past the 45. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers getting set to go. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And an alley to run. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. To throw is Smith. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Slow.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. The quick slant caught. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Ready. 319. 319.
They'll run for it with Bo Scarborough. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. Now a timeout coming here defensively, as on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Throwing on first down is Keenum. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Keenum now to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. A shotgun snap for Keenum. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Returning, it's Benjamin. Wow, evasive.
Make a miss.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position.
Hey, flag 32. Flag 32.
Now Gino on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
On second down, here's Smith. Going deep here for Allen. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Chargers on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Smith. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 1st down, Keenum. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap for Keenum. Complete out right to Jake Butt. And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 49. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Keenum now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Keenum. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I know Cortland Sutton was a little bit disappointed he didn't go in the first round because many projected that he would. But going to the Denver Broncos, a perfect spot as they're trying to get a little bit younger in their receiving core. And his 6'3", 220-pound frame, ideal for what we just saw. Going up, making the contested catch, coming down with the football.
On 1st and 10, Keenum. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
From the red zone, it's Keenum. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
On first down, it's Smith. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down. Smith on first down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They go play action here on first down. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Smith now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to look for App, and this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 39 that time. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Throwing on third down, Smith. Open man, it's Allen. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Smith now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. And right side, Henry's got it. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Geno now to throw. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always always making sure no one's holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. A shotgun snap for Smith. This will be caught inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Again, Smith. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, here's Keenum. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. And this is going to be incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now Keenum. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Out of the gun, Smith. Going underneath for Gordon. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Going for the deep ball. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. To throw on second down is Keenan. Drops it underneath for Booker. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Roger. 22.
And the blitz does come. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And it's taken in at the 9. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Smith. Being chased out left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And now, before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Keenum to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and now it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now it's Keenum. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And last time. And this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Back to throw. He's got him in, complete. A very solid gain of 27. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Here's Gordon. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. Room here to run. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. They'll look to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And Allen's got it. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. He's back to throw. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Throwing Jones. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A really good pickup of 28 yards. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Booker on 1st down. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. This from long, very long range. Does he have the distance? He does. It's good. My goodness, he hits it from the parking lot as time expires. And it'll be all smiles on Blake Street tonight. The Broncos have won it. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean, they were serving the good stuff. I had to do it.
Oh, man, but you're svelte, in good shape, but you cheated a little bit. We'll let it slide.
I appreciate that. Always a pleasure to work with you.
So for the Broncos, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.